This week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear, and I am the Director of Operations for BNI Arizona. I help support all of our amazing chapters around town. Every single week, I come to you providing a weekly education nugget called Wisdom Wednesday that counts as one chapter education for watching. So thanks so much for tuning in to this week's edition. We are still in member extravaganza, guys. So new applications dated from April 1st to May 31st will all be a part of member extravaganza and Beningo. So the prizes are still available, guys. So we don't have any chapter that has hit a Beningo yet, but there are so many applications flying in for all different chapters, so I have no doubt that it's going to happen soon, guys. So keep inviting those amazing visitors, especially those that are in categories that are on your Beningo card. Now, the great thing is, now any new people, once your chapter hits 3 new people, or you personally sponsor 3 people into your chapter or another chapter, your name will automatically get put into the drawing to win the cruise that sets sail in October with Dr. Ivan Meisner. So make sure to just keep inviting all different types of professionals, not just the ones that are on the Beningo card, which I wanted to give you guys some tips around inviting. Now, inviting visitors is one of the hardest things to do when it comes to all of the different activities within BNI, because we have the meeting attendance, which is super easy, right? You gotta show up to win. We've got the one-to-ones, super easy. Chapter education units, I've got you covered there. And then referrals come with time. As soon as you're doing those one-to-ones, you build the relationships. Referrals just come naturally, right? But then you have visitors. And if you look at the power of one, you can see that many people are low on that visitor totem pole. So I wanted to give you guys some tips around inviting visitors. Now, the very first thing that you want to think of is people who you know, then people who you kind of know, and then people who you don't know yet. One of the tools that I'm going to post on this page this afternoon is a list of things that you personally can kind of go through and see if anything matches or jogs your memory of an amazing person to reach out to. Because I hear it all the time. I've tapped out my network. I've contacted everyone I know. Well, the great thing is you don't just have to invite people who you know. So you can, one, contact people who you know. Now, if that profession is already in your chapter, you can potentially introduce them to another chapter. Or if they are like a master connector and they know a lot of people, you can connect with them to see if they know connections for professions that your chapter is looking to fill. So utilizing your network that way will definitely help. Now, people who you kind of know would be in places such as social events, or if you're part of a PTA, or sporting events, all of those different things. You can connect with people in different ways and figure out if they also have a business that they're looking to grow. And people who you don't know yet. So one of the biggest things that you can do is a lot of coffee shops, dry cleaners, a lot of small businesses have a place where they have local businesses business cards. Now, when you're going into one of these places and you notice a whole bunch of business cards that are on display, this is a perfect opportunity to connect with those that are in professions that you're looking to connect with. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't know if I've seen that. Now that you're thinking about it, it's going to be on your radar. It's that reticular activator is going to be working. You're going to notice all of the spots now that have little sections of business cards listed. Now, if they have a bulletin board and they just have one card, take a picture of the card. So that way you can then connect with that person afterwards. Now, once we've connected someone, make sure that we're registering them as a visitor. The easiest way is through the BNI Connect app. The great thing is all you need is their name, their phone number, their email address, and what profession that they represent. So those 4 things are super easy to find for a potential visitor, and that way they'll get the reminder emails, the leadership team and the visitor host will also get the notifications, so that way they can prepare for that week's meeting. And so that way we can follow up with them as well. Now, Tanika Smith, who's one of our amazing directors, she gave an incredible presentation at our directors team meeting last Friday, and she also gave us some amazing tips when it comes to inviting. And one of the biggest things that stuck out for me is the wording that we use with inviting. And wording is everything, and when we say certain words, it could trigger someone a different way, right? This is actually why we changed the whole name of Visitors Days to Open Business Days, because a lot of chapters were like, Visitors Days. When we changed it to Open Business Days, it was opening up the opportunity to invite anyone in open categories within the chapter. So it gave it a different meaning and a different spin. It was all the same thing, but it just gave it a refreshed meaning. Now, one of the terms that she brought up is the word meetings. Now, how many people love to attend a meeting? Not many people. So when you say, hey, can you come to my meeting? They may be thinking, another meeting, right? So another word for meeting can be event. Please come to my event next week. That way you can share all about your business, and I can introduce you to a bunch of my referral partners, which is another different term, right? Instead of saying members, refer to your fellow members as referral partners. So that way when we're talking to visitors, we can let them know that we want to introduce them to our amazing referral partners, because that is what BNI is all about. It's creating strategic business relationships with amazing professionals that become referral partners. So why not call it what we are, right? So another piece to listing it as an event, when you're communicating on social media, also label it as an event. So every single weekly event you can post on social media, right? So a lot of times what chapters will do is they'll promote their weekly presenter as an event each week. So instead of saying that they are the speaker at my upcoming meeting, just shift the verbiage just slightly and talk about an event. So that way that potential visitor can be like, they can come and view the event. So just changing the terminology a little bit can shift a lot of things within BNI. And the great thing is you don't have to sell BNI. It's kind of like you're inviting to a party. You just want to invite, so that way they come in the room, they meet some amazing people, they get to share all about their business. It's not up to us to decide whether or not they can join. It's up to them. So once they get in the room, they see the amazing energy and they'll learn all about what BNI is all about. They can then decide if BNI is going to be the right fit for their business. Because they say on average a visitor passes about $1,500 worth of business whether they join or not. So you look like a rock star just having someone new in the room, regardless if they join, guys. So just make sure that we're throwing out the invites and inviting to our weekly events, so that way we can attract more energy to our weekly meetings. And I would also recommend, guys, utilize this social media page. So post about your chapter, post pictures. I love that several chapters are posting their best weekly presentation winners and their notable networkers and all of those different things. Please keep posting. We love seeing all that information, and it does bring more visibility for you and your chapter. So make sure to post away. Utilize this page as much as possible. This page is a public page, so it's BNI members and friends. It's not the private page. Now, as a reminder, guys, the sub request page it's going away. So the last day was last Friday. I'm working on getting it removed. So what is in replace of that sub request page is our members only page. So we didn't quite hit the goal that I had wanted by today's Wisdom Wednesday, but we are getting so much closer. I know that we have, I believe, over 900 members now on that members only page. So it is just active BNI members that are being approved for that page. If you are in the process of starting a brand new chapter, that is amazing. Once your chapter launches, then we will be able to add you to that page, because we do go through and remove anyone that has left BNI. So please go through your friends list. If you know someone that is in BNI, maybe you're unsure and you're inviting people who you think that are still in BNI, that's okay too. We'll confirm it before we add them to the page. And so we want to make sure that we have as many of our active members as possible on that members only page so that we can connect with each other. And feel free to continue to share these Wisdom Wednesday videos with your fellow members. We're going to keep it on this public page so that way it's easily shareable with the members that are not on Facebook. If I post it on the private page, they wouldn't be able to see it if they're not on the page. So just want to give you guys that update. When you are posting your sub requests on the members only page, please include some details about your chapter, the day, time, and where it's located, so that way it's easier for other members to check to see if they can potentially sub for you, so that way it's in their area. If you have any questions about any of this, guys, let me know. Looking forward to more extravaganza updates coming soon. We also have our national conference next week in Vegas. So next week's Wisdom Wednesday will be brought to you live from Vegas, unless I'm in the middle of a breakout session. If that's the case, we will do an oldie but a goodie next week as far as one of our past Wisdom Wednesday videos, but I'll make sure it's a good one for sure. But looking forward to that, and I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Happy to help. And as always, remember to record one chapter education unit for watching. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.